EMF and internal resistance of a cell. These are the two things which we are trying to understand in this class. So let us start with the EMF of the cell. So what is a cell? It is a device which is used for applying some electric potential, or which is a source of energy, which is when connected in a circuit, for example across a bulb, it glows. So a cell is a device which gives the energy, electric energy. So what is EMF of a cell? It is nothing but, let me just write its name. EMF is the abbreviation which means electromotive force, right? So EMF of a cell, it is nothing but, it is the maximum value of the potential of the cell, which is possible only when cell is not being used in the circuit. Or we can say, in other words, we can say that when we are not using the cell in the circuit, or no current is getting drawn from the cell, in that case across the two terminals of that cell, whatever the potential difference is there, we call it the maximum potential difference, or simply it is the EMF of the cell. So highest highest potential difference across the terminals of the cell is when cell is not connected in the circuit, or in other words we can say when cell is not when no current is drawn from the cell. So this is what we call as EMF. So it is nothing but the potential difference of the cell when no current is drawn from the cell, or we can say when cell is not being used in the circuit to which it is connected, right? So when we are not drawing any current from the cell, whatever the potential drop across or potential difference across the two terminals of the cell, it is the maximum one, and it is given the name electromotive force, or in short it is the EMF of the cell, right? Actually this is not a force, but it is the potential difference, means it is measuring the work done on unit charge, because this electric energy given by the cell is making the charges present in the conductor move in one direction. So it is a driving force. In other way we can say it is a driving force. Actually this is not a force, it is measuring the potential difference, means the amount of work done by the battery or by the cell, for example cell, on unit of charge, 1 unit of charge. So that work done on 1 unit of charge, work done by the cell on 1 unit of charge in order to make it move, that work on 1 unit charge is called as the potential difference across the two terminals of the cell, which is maximum, or we call it the EMF of the cell. Another thing here to understand, of course the units for the EMF are also volts or joule per second. Joule per second. Sorry, joule per coulomb. These are the units from here, and of course we know that potential difference has the units of volts, hence the EMF has the units of volts simply, right? Another important term which is associated with the cell is the terminal potential difference. So what is this terminal potential difference? This is another very important term. So it is that potential difference across the two terminals of the cell whenever cell is being used in the circuit, or some current is being drawn in the circuit. So whenever we are taking the current from we are drawing the current from the circuit, from the cell in the circuit, then the potential difference across the two terminals of the cell, it is called as the terminal potential difference, and it is less than the potential difference of the cell. And why it is less? Let me introduce another important term which is called as internal resistance. It is due to the internal resistance of the cell, so that the terminal potential difference of the cell, it is slightly less than the EMF of the cell. Or if it is not internal resistance, we call it the resistance of the cell, which is due to the internal properties of the cell, or especially the electrolytic solution of the cell, right? So each and every cell has this kind of resistance, which we call as the internal resistance of the cell, which always remain there, because the electrolytic solution we cannot avoid. So we always need an electrolytic solution to make the transfer of charges among the two terminals of the cell. So therefore there always remains some resistance, which we call as the internal resistance of the cell. And as the cell is getting used on and on, its internal resistance keeps on growing, so that the terminal potential difference across the cell goes on decreasing. So we represent the internal resistance with small r of the cell. So let us try to understand the terminal potential difference again. We have already understood what is the internal resistance of a cell. It is the internal property of a cell due to which it opposes the flow of current through the cell, simply. And the cause of the internal resistance of the cell is the electrolytic solution, the opposition which is offered by the electrolytic solution of the cell towards the charges flowing through it. So terminal potential difference is the potential difference across the terminals of the cell whenever it is getting used in the circuit. So the key here, it is closed. Now this component of some resistance, it may be, it is drawing some current from this cell, right? Now the cell is getting used in the circuit, and also there is some internal resistance of the cell, which we can represent by slide just like this, or we can simply write the value of the internal resistance. So this is internal resistance. So due to this internal resistance, there is some drop across the terminals of the cell, which we can measure with the help of some voltmeter of very high resistance. So it is very simple that whenever we are using the cell in the circuit, the potential difference across the two terminals of the cell is slightly less, and it is called as terminal potential difference. And when cell is not being used in the circuit, the terminal potential difference, or we can say the potential difference across the two terminals of the cell, is maximum, and we call it EMF. So it is quite simple to understand. Okay. To understand these two terms even better, let us extend our discussion to a circuit diagram as I have just drawn here. So let me take a cell just like this, which has some internal resistance. Suppose it is small r, and the EMF of the cell is E. So when cell is not being used in the circuit, the potential difference across two terminals of this cell, we call it EMF of the cell. So we represent it here with capital E. And the internal resistance of this cell is, suppose it is denoted by small r. It remains quite small for a new cell, but it goes on increasing with the use of the cell. And we connect a voltmeter across the cell in order to measure the potential difference across the two terminals of this cell, right? So whenever we connect this circuit, cell to some external, let me make use of a key here. So we are using some external resistance of some value R, which is able to draw some current from the cell if it is connected, right? So initially whenever this key is open, that is key is not closed, so that means circuit is open, and hence no current, circuit is not complete, so no current is flowing through the circuit. And in that case, the potential difference across the two terminals of the cell, it is nothing but equal to the EMF E of the cell, which is the maximum potential difference. Now we plug in the key, or we can say we have closed the circuit. Now current starts flowing through this circuit, of some value, for example I, depending upon the resistance of the circuit. So whenever this is the situation, this resistance of the cell and this external resistance, they are in series with each other. Remember that whenever we connect a cell of some internal resistance, the internal resistance of the cell, it is always in series with the resistance of the rest of the circuit. So the effective resistance, total resistance of the cell, so total resistance of the circuit, it is given by the sum of these two resistances because they are connected in series. So it is R plus small r. And current through it is given by EMF of the cell divided by, because this was the EMF of the cell, maximum potential difference across the terminals of the cell, divided by the total resistance of the circuit, which is R plus small r. So this is the potential difference divided by resistance of the circuit, total resistance of the circuit. This is in accordance with the Ohm's law. Here this is the value of current and this is the total resistance of the circuit. Now because current is high, amount of current is getting drawn from the circuit, the value of which is given by this equation. Now there is some fall in the potential difference across the two terminals of the cell, and this potential difference, smaller potential difference, is now across the two terminals of the cell. It is smaller than this EMF of the cell, and this potential difference now it is called as the terminal potential difference, which we represent with V. So this terminal potential difference, it is smaller than the EMF. By what amount? Or we can say, let me write it in this way, that E minus V, it is nothing but equal to it is equal to the potential drop across the internal resistance of the cell, which is I into R. If there was no internal resistance of the cell, had there been no internal resistance of the cell, that means whatever the potential difference is across the cell, it is the same potential difference which is across R, and hence there was no potential which is drawn by any other component, right? So this term remains 0. So that means the EMF, or we can say terminal potential difference, is nothing but the EMF of the cell. But now because the cell is having some internal resistance of some value R, so both this external resistance R as well as internal resistance of the cell R, they are drawing some potential from the cell. We know that potential drawn by the external resistance is obvious, but the internal resistance of the cell also draws some potential. By the definition of Ohm law, potential drawn by the cell, internal resistance of the cell, it is equal to the current flowing through it multiplied by the resistance. I into R, V is equal to I into R. This is in accordance with the Ohm's law. So let me differentiate. This is the terminal potential difference we are using here, and this is the potential difference across the internal resistance, right? So whenever this internal resistance is drawing some potential, that means the remaining potential difference across the two terminals of the cell and across this external resistance, it is now slightly less, and we call it as the terminal potential difference. And it is less, the terminal potential difference is less than the EMF of the cell by an amount which is by an potential amount of the potential difference drawn by the internal resistance of the cell. So this is very important result. So from here we can say that V, it is equal to nothing but E minus I into R. So these are some important formulas to remember. Right? Because the cell is connected across the two terminals, this external resistance is connected across the two terminals of the cell. So the potential drop across R is also same as the terminal potential difference, the potential difference across the two terminals of the cell whenever it is being used. So that means the potential difference which is drawn by the external resistance. According to Ohm's law, it is I, the current flowing through it, into the resistance. This is also equal to V. Right? So one must remember that the terminal potential difference across the cell, it is equal to the potential drop taking place across the effective resistance of the circuit. It may be a single resistance or it may be a combination of series and parallel of the combination of the different resistances. Okay. So this is one equation. This is second equation. Important equation to remember, or we can simply write it as V is equal to I times R. It is the same terminal potential difference. Equation number third. So if this is the situation, we can substitute the value of current in this, so that terminal potential difference from 1 we can substitute for I, which is equal to E upon capital R plus small r into R. Sorry, here. So we just simplify it. So this term comes to the left side, so it becomes R plus small r, which is equal to, it is E, and this term comes to this side, so it is equal to E upon V times R. And further, let me just write it here. Whenever we take capital R also to the right side, on the left hand side we are left with only small r. So we are getting the formula for the internal distance of the cell. We can also calculate it from here. So from here the formula, when r goes to the right side, it is equal to E upon V into R minus, because r goes to the right side, so it is minus r. So from here the internal distance is nothing but, we take r common, so it is E upon V left at the first term minus 1 multiplied by r. So this is the expression for the internal distance of the cell. So this is the important thing to understand, that EMF is the maximum potential difference across the two terminals of the cell, and which is possible only when the cell is not getting used in the circuit. Otherwise, whenever cell is getting used in the circuit, the internal distance of the cell draws some potential, and hence the potential difference across the two terms of the cell decreases. And now this decreased potential difference, it is now called as the terminal potential difference. Right? So the terminal potential difference is smaller than the EMF of the cell by an amount which is equal to I, the potential difference, or we can say potential drop taking place across the internal distance of the cell. So this is the amount by which the V is less than E, or we can say E minus V. It is nothing but, as we have written it here, the potential drop across the internal resistance. So, and we also understand that it is the same, because the external resistance is collected across the same two terminals of the cell. So the potential drop across the external resistance, it is also equal to the terminal potential difference of the cell. So therefore we are writing V, the terminal potential difference, it is equal to, or we can say it is the potential drop across external resistance R. It is equal to I times R. This is actually the net resistance of the circuit. We are taking only one resistance. If there are a number of resistances, we take that this terminal potential difference, it is also the same potential difference across the net resistance of the circuit, except the internal resistance, right? So for from using value of I in this expression, we calculate the internal resistance, which we get as this. So this is all for now, and next topic we will take on the grouping of the cell.